Don't ask, I'm doing a craft. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak, and this is a new angle. Actually, it's an old angle. You don't care. Who gives a shit? Anyway, so, hi, how are you? How have you been? How was your Thanksgiving? If you celebrate. I don't think anybody celebrates Thanksgiving outside of just the general concept of being thankful. Because in this day and age, celebrating just pure colonization and genocide really seems counterproductive. We're saving that for 2025, apparently. I hope you had a good holiday. If you had a holiday. If you didn't, then I'm not talking to you. Move on. Today we are visiting an old friend. And I do mean old. I think he turns 40 before I do, so. Today we're finally talking about Jeffree Star being on the canceled podcast with Tana, Mongeau, and Brooke, whatever the fuck. I have personally never watched an episode of this podcast. I thought today we'd sit down and watch it because I've got the time. And now so do you. I was holding out for the Just Trish podcast, wherein they were reuniting and there was going to be an episode, but the rumors at this juncture are that Trish is scrapping that episode. I do kind of wish I brought something to drink, but that's a me problem, not a you problem. Great. I'm stalling for time. All right,
welcome back to the Canceled Podcast.
I hate it already. Thank you.
Hi.
Jeffree Lynn.
Hi, y'all.
How are ya?
Oh my God. Hi, how are ya?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like his iconic line. Hey, how are ya? Real quick. I don't like anybody sitting on this couch. As a white trash nightmare myself, I want to like Tana, okay? I know she's problematic as hell. I know. I want to like Tana so much. I just really do not. Not to mince words and not to be dramatic, but her laugh makes me want to kill myself.
Yes, I needed it so bad.
We really needed this.
I am so happy. It's like, just seeing you makes me really feel a type of way. It transports me to a really different time of my life. Having you as a guest, this is so iconic.
I really love this one.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love that Brooke is just like the person on the couch who's just like, oh, I got invited, but I don't know why.
No, so when she said that, it triggers really good memories. I think maybe people look at us and they may think craziness, drama right away, but every time we were together, it was always positive energy.
So positive.
We filmed the funniest videos. All we did was laugh the entire time, so it definitely brings me back to really good times.
First of all, I love his wig. So good. Hair by Jay. You're fucking crushing it, buddy. Oh, sorry, I wasn't gonna bring that up until later, but we'll come back to that. Anyway, I do like that wig. It reminds me of, there was a Barbie. Was it a Barbie or a baby doll? I don't know. There was some sort of plastic female entity that we all wanted in the 90s. I think it was a Barbie. If I can find the commercial for it, I'll put it in here. You'd brush her hair and you'd brush in color. Unlocking a chest of memories right now. Close it back up.
It brings me back to good times because I was a fan at that time. So I feel like I was
cool.
like,
And it was so cool at the time. Like,
I don't like the vibe right off the bat. I don't like the dynamic in the room. I don't like the way Jeffree talks to Brooke. I don't like Brooke in general. I don't like her vibe. I feel like, oh God, this is like when you have that one friend in high school who's friends with like the losers but also the popular kids or whatever, and then they're bringing those two worlds together and you're like, oh God, that looks so uncomfortable. I don't know if that was just like a personal experience or like a universal one, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
looking like, you know, you just think you know everything when you're young like that. And it's like, I definitely was that. But looking back, it's like, I was like, I had no money yet. And I'm like this little Make-A-Wish child coming over to Jeffree Star's house, and Jeffree's dressing me head to toe in Gucci, and I'm playing with all the pinball machines. And
yeah.
roaming around, rest in peace.
There's that laugh from America's Sweetheart. Calgon, take me away.
You had one job.
I'm kidding. Well, and all the Pomeranians and just like, you really.
Oh my God.
I was saying
I
this to you
can't breathe.
I'm sorry. Me just glazing over.
No, but what's crazy is in that time I was newly rich.
Ooh.
2013 I had $500.
Goals. I'm sorry if you like any of these three people, but I feel like the longer this goes on, and this is a long episode, I'm gonna try to edit for some brevity here, but like I'm gonna be progressively roasting the fuck out of all three of them, so now might be your chance to leave.
2015, $50 million. So it's just like
so crazy.
And then it just kept going and going and growing and growing and growing. And it was a really wild ride. So Tana met me when I was in love for the very first time in a brand new house, just figuring out who the new me was. And it was so cool to be around people that didn't give a fuck, that knew just how to have fun and didn't take me that serious, because I'm so sarcastic, and I think people misinterpret it all the time.
You know what is not misinterpreted is how much Jeffree Star loves to talk about himself and his money. Like, I get it. As people, like Tana and Jeffree both, like people that came from absolutely nothing, especially both of them coming from, you know, self-destructive, abusive, horrible backgrounds, to then sort of hit the jackpot. And I wouldn't even say what Jeffree did was hitting the jackpot. Like, I will give credit where credit's due. Jeffree Star is a self-made multimillionaire. Like, I don't like him. I don't agree with pretty much anything he's ever done ever. But he is a success and self-made. Like, Tana's self-made, but like 4 videos where she was talking about getting fucked with a toothbrush. Like, there's just, I mean, I'm not saying one's necessarily better than the other, but like, to look at them and go, oh, a self-made multimillionaire. I mean, I would lean more towards Jeffree on that one, but I mean, she's still made it, so I'm not. What the hell was the point of this diatribe? I have literally no idea.
Fucking idiots.
I love it. She said that before you came. She's like, we're the only two who have never had any sort of beef or anything. She's like,
Yeah, that's
it's just
like-
good.
Yes,
almost like
people
this-
may think that we've had drama maybe
Well, you
because
get
we haven't seen each other in a
confused.
while. People do get confused. No one knows the real truth
I
about
wouldn't know,
any of
'cause
the
everything-
past. I had to live it, so sadly I remember it all. But me and her
I mean,
never.
we need
You
some
have great memory.
refreshers.
You never forget, and I love that because I'm so the opposite. I'll call you and just be like, wait, what happened again? Like, whose drama?
Photographic memory.
It's so
Wow. You're so special, Jeffree.
right.
Yeah.
But like, I genuinely feel like at the time it was like a whirlwind, like Dramageddon. Everything was happening around us, and everyone had beef. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Except for you and me.
We never did.
And
I shoot
it was a
Cam.
bonding point.
Wendy
I feel
Williams, rest in peace. She's still alive, but still rest in peace to her show. Shoot Cam.
know.
Shoot Cam.
Like, clap if they. What does she say? Clap if they should die.
Clap if they should
Yeah.
suffer.
Oh fuck! I was close.
Thank God we've got the script supervisor, Brooke Schofield, here to make sure that our Wendy Williams references are on point.
Oh,
You know what my first like random thought was today
Yes.
that I just like genuinely want to know? Like, when is the last time you spoke to Shane Dawson?
oh my God! I was expecting a way crazier question.
Really? I thought that was such a
I'm,
crazy
I was
question.
waiting for like. I was like, what is Tana's very first
Yes.
question? That's a really good one.
Well, this is the foreplay, you know, before we
Yeah,
start really
of course.
fucking.
America's Sweetheart. I don't expect highbrow humor from Tana Mongeau. I promise I don't. It's just like, it's so all the time. It's very exhausting.
I mean, listen, right now, I can't believe that the conspiracy palette is about to turn 5 years old this week.
Self promo. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Before I don't answer your question, I would like to remind you that you could buy the conspiracy palette on my website.
I just used it the other day in my
That's
hair.
so cool.
actually.
Yeah. So I don't know when this is coming out, but right, it's in the fall, and it literally came out November 1st, and then 5 years just blinked. Right.
Yeah.
Me and him, we were both canceled. Can't even remember why at that time.
Nobody remembers why. Nobody remembers.
The pandemic happened. He moved to Colorado. I moved to Wyoming. We both kind of left LA. He lives here again. I'm never coming back.
He lives here again?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's raising
Yeah, when he had his kids.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So he
Brooke, like, like, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's like the tracksuit with the headband and like the way she's sitting mixed with like her clear like intimidation by Jeffree and like third wheel-esque vibe, but like I just wish she wasn't there.
He became a father. I have continued to just be a makeup mogul, and I have no plans to have any kids, just more dogs and a couple more husbands.
And athletes.
Yes. We're in LA. I can't wait for this to be over so I can go get fucked.
Oh my God. Yeah, me too.
I'm like goals.
Yeah.
Stop, what are
Just kidding.
What are
I'm
you
not.
fucking
I'm not.
tonight?
Kidding, meaning I don't want to leave here. I'll ask him how many Super Bowls he's won. Then we'll
Stop, and that's how many rounds you'll go.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
there's not a Super Bowl ring on the hand, I can't get hard.
You are so inspirational.
Yeah.
Just somebody clip that, please.
That's not even the funniest thing Jeffree Star has ever said.
But we haven't seen each other probably in like 10, 11 months. Yeah, we saw each other at my birthday last year, and then he became a father. He has twins.
That is
Wait,
so
how old are
fucking
they? Have you met
crazy.
the twins?
Not yet.
That is so
I know,
crazy.
because I thought he was gonna stay in Colorado, and I was like, "Baby, I'm about to be, great aunt Jeffree Lynn," and then he moved to LA to raise the kids here, and I haven't seen him in a couple of months. So
You know what's really interesting is the way that Jeffree Star refers to himself in a with sort of feminine adjectives, feminine pronouns, and he had that like whole arc where he was talking about how basically using they them pronouns or not using your assigned at birth pronouns is stupid and ridiculous, and basically went on this like basically like a transphobic tirade. I think that if you're gonna make a statement like that and that's what you think, what you truly believe, cool. But then don't turn around and call yourself Miss Jeffree Lynn, Aunt Jeffree Lynn. Like, get fucked, sir. Know that Jeffree Star has never gone by any other pronouns except he, him, with the exception of the times where he said you can call him anything you want. Being that one of his big, I don't want to say marketing, but like one of his big, I guess, marketing standpoints was the concept of androgyny. So I don't know, like it just feels like earth-shatteringly hypocritical.
I can imagine coming back to LA to raise kids. I feel like you leave LA to raise kids.
Yeah. It's
That's
nuts.
what I thought.
Leaving LA was the best thing you ever did. And you were so ahead of the wave. Everyone was so almost confused.
And now Wyoming is a trend.
And it's like, yeah.
They think it is.
Oh.
So Wyoming, I'm December
what drew you
is
to
my
Wyoming?
4 years of living there now. Just picture 4 years. Isn't that crazy?
Stop, it's so crazy. You and the yaks. I have so many
Yeah, how
yak
are the
questions. I'll get
yaks?
there.
I have so many yak questions too. No, I don't.
LA, I was really burnt out. 20 years from, I'm from Huntington Beach, California. I graduated high school at 17 and I moved here and I just figured it out. I worked at the Beverly Center and I was an escort, I was
crazy.
a hooker. I've been a makeup artist for everybody. So it was crazy to finally leave and separate. But I think that all the drama with all the people and the crazy YouTube era was really like the final straw for me of like, all this is so toxic. I really want to go be at peace away from it all. I can work and come back whenever I want, but I don't want to be around any of that.
That's a cool way of saying I was canceled and run off the internet.
Yeah, fuck the hair
Right.
gummies.
Yes.
Fuck it all. 100%.
All of it. It was all so crazy. And I think when the pandemic happened, remember that old lady, Tati? Remember her?
She's like 2 years older than you, but you don't like the drama. So it's good you left LA to escape all the toxicity. that you bring to LA?
She uploaded a second video, which is now about to, be 5 years old. And I don't...
After Bye Sister. Bye Sister is such a diabolical title too. Like, imagine really typing that and hitting publish. It's a
really wild journey, and I think a lot of people just know a lot of like half truths, and I think we lived it, so we really know the behind the scenes. And there's so many things that people don't need to know that happened before. It's all, to me, I don't want to say it's irrelevant because so many people still talk about it. It's really wild, right?
It was a cultural, like,
it was.
I remember where
culture,
I was. It was like,
the YouTube era made it on CNN, 50 million views on every. It was just, it was the craziest thing. YouTube,
and everyone who loved it felt like it was.
YouTube loved it. They loved pushing out toxicity. They loved making money off of everyone's misery. They did. The old 100%. CEO at the time really pandered to a lot of that evil energy and the darkness.
Susan?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Did she die?
She did, yeah. It was probably from her James Charles karma. But anyway.
Yeah.
Now look, YouTube pays my bills. Okay? Well, Google pays my bills. But by way of YouTube. And the beautiful thing about YouTube, the beautiful thing about being a content creator for a living, is that you don't have much overhead, right? Like, there's certain things that we can and can't post here. There's certain like guidelines you need to fall between. Obviously, if you're a channel like mine, copyright is often a struggle. So there is a lot of creative freedom in being a creator on any platform with very, very little overhead, very little oversight. I don't really know where I was going with that. What a horrible thing to say about someone who just passed away, who used to run the company that helped make you millions of dollars. Like, I mean, it's not like she's been running it forever, but like, she was running it at the time. What a horrible thing to say. Then to bring it back to James Charles, which, like, don't get me wrong, fuck James Charles until the end of time. I hate James Charles, and I think you all know that. I have 9 million videos about Jimmy Chuck and his disgusting proclivities and his disgusting behavior and what a garbage human being I think he is. Follow the playlist. It'll take you right to it. I genuinely feel like the cowardice of saying things like this, alluding to James Charles via speaking ill of someone who just passed away, who really did nothing to Jeffree, right? Because, like, you don't have to, like, when someone passes away, you don't have to be like, oh, I guess they were okay. Like, there's no reason that I'm aware of that Jeffree Star should have beef with the fucking former CEO of YouTube. And then using that as a catalyst to take a shot at James Charles tells me everything I need to know about Jeffree Star. He's too much of a coward to say what he wants to say about James Charles. Or, after so many years of touting a black male voice note with an alleged victim of James Charles speaking at length about run-in, we'll call it, with James Charles, flaunting that around, playing it for anyone that would hear it, I feel like, genuinely, I briefly heard Peter Mon touch on this idea of why he does or does not speak directly about what he knows about James Charles. Also, by the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then this is the wrong video for you. And I'm sorry about that, but it would take me like an hour to explain Dramageddon to you. There's another playlist up there for you. But my theory is that because of all of the prolonged, like, showing or, like, letting people listen to the voice note for however long Jeffree decided to make that a thing, I think that James Charles is ready to sue the shit out of Jeffree Star. Because if Jeffree Star actually gave a shit about any of the victims of James Charles, he would have come forward with pertinent information. If not to the internet, to the police. But he doesn't give a shit about that. He gives a shit about having something on someone else because Jeffree Star does not like competition. Jeffree Star pretends he is the biggest, baddest bitch of all time. And in reality, I think he's a fucking coward. I think it's really easy to get on TikTok live and, like, pretend like you're tough and talk about how it was so much better back in the day when you had fucking beef with someone and you take them outside and physically fight. Like, hey, grow up. Did I make a salient point? I have no idea. Let's just keep watching.
And there's just a lot of things that people don't know that I had to really just suffer through behind the scenes. So it's crazy to be here where I am now.
Wow. You're so brave. Hey, do you still have that gold velvet couch?
I'm really mentally happy, and I moved to Wyoming. I went to therapy. I sought a lot of mental help, and I really worked on myself for years.
So why are you still the same asshole?
I was gonna say I sought a lot of
A lot.
the country boys.
Oh my God. So Wyoming is the least populated state.
Really?
Yeah, but it's the 10th biggest.
everyone's
in
And is that what
America.
drew you? Like, did you have any roots or history in
Yeah,
Wyoming,
what was the start where you were like,
property value? Was
had
it
you
money?
visited?
Like,
I think so. The rumor is that I moved there for taxes. Like, girl, I've lived
And
in
Kanye.
California for and Kanye. Remember that? The girl that licked the toilet seat on TikTok
yeah.
made up the biggest rumor.
Ava Louise.
Yeah.
she's so good at that though.
So Ava, if you are watching this, thank you for that moment. That was really great. So many millions and millions of views, dollars, followers. That was really fun.
And you played it so
and
well.
still people believe it. I've met strangers and they're like, "Oh yeah."
Have you ever talked to Kanye about it?
No.
Never. That's surprising.
Yeah. But it was such a bizarre rumor. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish it was about someone hotter.
Yeah. Me too. Because I'm also graduating high school this year.
You know, and someone that didn't have a wife and kids.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
But Wyoming is peaceful. It's beautiful. Remember, I used to do music, and I do music now. We just had a whole fucking reunion a couple weeks ago. It was crazy.
So fun.
It was really fun. But I used to do music, and I've traveled all over the country, right? I've been to every single state, and I passed through Wyoming a bunch. We played there once. It was just so peaceful. And I had a plan when I was older with gray hair and like 60 years old, I was going to live on a big old farm and just be by myself. And then the pandemic and all the drama made me realize I wanted to fast track that plan. That's really what it's about. It's not about money.
Yeah.
I've paid so many tax dollars in this state. It's annoying that people would think that I would move to a different state to escape tax dollars.
Yeah.
Stay annoyed, home skillet.
Yeah.
Girl,
you have all the money in the
so
world.
Silly.
I don't even think that's that offensive though. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but I just hate when people always make it about financial. I
Yeah.
think maybe because I'm
I don't
living-
think you needed really help in that department, to be
No,
honest.
and it's just, I really did it for my mental health.
I can relate. I hate when people think I make life-altering decisions because I have a lot of money too. It really is a bummer. Oh, we had an ad break here for SeatGeek. Turns out they really will sponsor anyone. So I might have too many morals, SeatGeek, but I will accept a sponsorship anyway.
What's the day in the life in Wyoming?
It's so different. So let's say like we're here, or we were in Vegas last week with the crazy Warped Tour reunion.
Real text from
Oh
Jeffree.
my
Vegas
God.
had me.
Yeah, that was so fun.
She goes, you have to hear these voice memos, and that was the first one. I was like,
Every time I get a voice
There's
memo from
nothing
you,
like it.
I feel like I should have to pay like $1.99 for it.
Thank you.
Like it's not real.
So when I'm living this crazy life and I'm on the road, or I'm doing podcasts, or I'm at the crazy Warped Tour reunion, or I'm whatever I'm doing, I feel like I'm doing a job, but I'm still me. And then I go to Wyoming and I just take it all off, and I'm in my cowboy boots, just staring at a mountain, 1,000 acres to myself, and it's just like so.
Is it actually
peaceful.
just you?
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. There's no one I love being with more than just myself. I love and value being alone so very much. Hearing the multimillionaire talk about it in this way, it sounds really sad and pathetic. Like, I'm sure I get it. I get it. I love being alone. The serenity of being alone on a 1,000-acre fucking ranch with your yaks and your camels and shit. Swell. Excellent.
That's crazy.
So I have a ranch manager and I have a house manager. That's, there's someone that watches my dogs 24/7 while I'm, when I'm not in town.
how many do you have now?
7. Yeah, 7.
Is it still all the D names?
All D's? Yeah.
What are they?
Well, rest in peace. My oldest passed away last year.
Oh, I'm
15
sorry.
years old.
Which
Diva
one,
Lynn.
Diamond or Diva?
Yeah, Diva. Oh my God, that was so hard.
So hard.
I
So
can't imagine.
currently we have Drizzle, Donatella, Drama.
The punctuation of Tana laughing like a fucking idiot is really just making me wish time moved faster.
Dessert,
Oh.
Dominatrix, Da Vinci.
Those are the best names I've ever heard.
Da Vinci.
And I'm forgetting one, and I just can't believe
Forgetting one's so funny.
I get how that could happen.
If I woke up tomorrow as Jeffree Star's...
delicious. I'm not forgetting one.
delicious.
I had to go through the colors in my head. Delicious.
If I woke up tomorrow as Jeffree Star's Pomeranian, I wouldn't ask a single question. I would be like, bring me my caviar. Let's get it pushing.
I just love animals way more
So
than
what's up
humans.
with the camels? I didn't even know that. I'm
So
sorry.
I started with yaks.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people were upset when I moved to Wyoming and I was like, hey, these are my cute little pets. And they are, but they do grow to be very massive. And I went from 3 yaks to like 10, and now I have 500.
It's a big yak commitment.
And
500?
Yeah. And
3 to 10 to 5.
I want you to really listen to Tana Mongeau laugh.
3 to 10 to 10. 3 to 10 to 10.
I feel like if I just took an edible about 20 minutes ago, I could get on board and find it the funniest thing I've ever heard. But unfortunately, it's noon, and I'm stone cold sober. And right now, throwing myself through a plate glass window sounds...
3 to 10.
It sounds favorable.
And the problem with my brain is
It's giving $5 to 50 million.
And I for some reason always make everything to a business, and I don't mean to. I just kind of make everything business oriented.
It's my favorite thing about you.
So I was traveling in Colorado, the state right below it, right? And this lady served us yak meat. Then I was like, okay, I've heard yak's great. In China and Pakistan, yak meat is it's the healthiest red meat you can currently have in America, right? I didn't know anything about it.
What does it taste like?
It's like a sweeter beef. It's so yummy. It's not gamey at all. That's our biggest question.
Yes.
And we sell jerky, snack sticks, like crack on the TikTok shop. People are buying,
People are buying yak on TikTok shop?
Yeah.
What? People are buying yak on the TikTok shop? No way! People are buying anything on the TikTok shop. If I get another fucking ad for that goddamn shiatsu massager and nobody buys it for me, I'm gonna be so pissed.
They
Oh,
are.
shit.
I want to. The fact that, like, imagine telling a Victorian child, like, I
Yes.
sell yak meat on TikTok
Yes,
shop.
with mascara. So I created the concept a year ago of the Jeffree Star store, makeup and meat, and we opened up a 7.
My 2 favorite things. If I have
Same.
to keep it a buck, like
Same. So if you want to try Jeffree's meat, you can come to Casper.
So bad.
Or our newly open location in Chatsworth, right here.
I need to come to Wyoming.
It's
You and I have
really
been talking
fun.
about that for like 5 years. I want to
You
do a
gotta
YouTube
come
video
visit.
where I just
It's so fun.
live the fantasy. I would love to.
So I wanted to do, as a makeup artist and someone that used to work in the malls as well, you always see women come in the store and their husbands or boyfriends immediately want to die. They're so bored, they don't know anything, and they don't care, and they're not interested. So they usually end up waiting around the store outside or just being on their phone.
Cheating.
That part.
Yeah, that's true. The number one way to get a man to cheat on you is by making him go to a store with things that interest you and not him. That's a hallmark of a good relationship.
Oh, my phone just went off. So I decided to create...
The word cheating in your phone goes off like that's somebody's husband.
Thank you, Tana. That was the joke.
Settings is texting me. So I created the concept to sell my entire brand, the skincare, the makeup, and all the yak meat. So we sell frozen meat, we sell jerky, we sell snack sticks, we sell summer sausage, all of it. So
Hickory Farms is out of
Yes.
business.
There's taxidermy to look at. There's things to play with. So when the wives are getting mascara, the husbands can go try some jerky.
That's
Oh
so
my God.
smart.
And it's really cool. And then I also have some of my card collection in there. It's like a museum. It's
Yes.
7,000 square feet.
We have to
So
go.
the
I
dudes-
at least need to see it. Like,
Yeah,
I wanna
it's
see-
really cool. It's in the heart of downtown. We have the best spot. So the husbands get to look at the cart collection, taste the jerky, and their wives can shop.
And they wanna come back
They
and
all
they
have a
make
good
more money.
experience.
That's
Yeah.
so smart.
So the yak turned into pets, and they're still my pets, and I breed them for genetics and farms
Just
that
if
want
one
pets.
sassy, we might make him
Yeah.
a burger.
The mean ones go to the freezer. Don't you wish that was like the beauty community?
You'd be the first one to go. I mean, listen, the meanest person in the beauty community, you can say what you want about any of them. Michaela Nigera is a liar. James Charles is a predator. Laura Lee will never receive an Oscar. But when I think meanest person in the beauty community, Miss Jeffree Lynn, you're number one.
I know. But we wouldn't even want that meat.
You were cracking me the other day when you were and but I have to get messy. Jeffree Star is here. I don't give a fuck. When you were coming at Michaela saying she had a Temu spray tan, I damn near passed out. I needed air. Like, and so because I'm Timu's like spray tan so coated, but like you're just so funny.
But you look like a normal human skin tone. She
Well,
looked her. I mean,
Look at
literally,
this,
her spray tan.
No, please don't show him that.
It looks like you stepped in oil though, like a.
Maybe you have like a good Jeffree Star remover, babe, or something.
We do our
If you
makeup
don't, you
removing
should,
balm.
yeah.
Okay,
I think my
perfect.
problem is what started it is that
Mascara gate, right?
yeah, that was a year ago.
And I can understand because obviously we were.
Should we get
commenting
down
on
and
that.
dirty about this? Because this only happened a couple days ago.
Let's get down and dirty about it. I'd love to hear it. By the way, if you don't know the context of this, I sure hope I remember to put all these fucking cards in.
Yeah, I am down
And
to talk about
I
it.
haven't really.
I can understand how that would piss you off though in such a visceral way. As someone who has been, you are known for being genuinely honest about quality of product and not
Yes.
scamming your followers, and no one else is.
So
and like I know all of that. I see these people.
My main
get paid.
issue
Like,
is a year ago. Well, first of all, we all know that I stepped down like 10 years of doing beauty content. I basically quit YouTube, right?
Yeah, I remember. It was in a Shane Dawson video, and you said, YouTube sucks. Nobody's watching anymore. Because you felt dejected because you're falling off of relevancy, which is normal after a certain amount of time. Step down. When Jeffree Star abdicated the throne as bitchiest bitch in the beauty community on YouTube, I think we all remember where we were. Surely Brooke does.
I barely upload.
Please come back,
It
what?
was somewhere where I really found home, and I really think Dramageddon, whatever everyone wants to call it, really was the final straw for me of like, I really want to remove myself.
sucks when something makes you hate something you love.
That part. Yes. So when I went to TikTok, I wasn't fully immersed in it. Because remember during the pandemic, I was like, nope, we're still full YouTube. Everyone.
You don't want to let go of that too. It's
No,
such a like.
but I felt as I was getting older, I didn't want to make content that I didn't enjoy.
I agree.
And people were just dancing all day. The dances,
Renegading.
And I have never
I did the
done
WAP, like,
a dance
babe.
back then. I never did a dance. I never did a little skit. I never did choreography with anyone. And I just felt like, wow, this is where social media is at. I've been online for 20 plus years, like 10th grade till right in the second.
Yeah.
And I was not inspired. I was so bored of the dancing. So as the app started to evolve into more beauty and more content and fun lip syncing stuff and quick beauty transitions, I was like, oh, who's on this space? And I had heard of her. Obviously, I knew who she was. We had spoken before. And I think it's the integrity of the app that people don't care about the integrity anymore.
I think it's that Jeffree Star hates having competition. I mean, I don't disagree that Michaela is lacking integrity at this point. But I don't think that's the point. I think Jeffree Star genuinely is bothered when there's competition, when someone does it better than him, when someone else becomes a self-made multi-millionaire, and especially when that person is a woman or more effeminate than him. See James Charles, see Tati Westbrook, see Michaela Nogueira. All three we've already touched on in this video, and please note how he's spoken about all three of them. You know, Jeffree Star, who left LA because it was too toxic.
I think that's really to the core of it, of what's shocking
Yeah.
to me. The audience knows she's a liar, doesn't care, and they like watching the train wreck. And I'm sure she does have hardcore fans that do believe her and buy the stuff that she's saying is great.
Yeah, it would have
but
never slid back in the day. Like, remember when Jaclyn Hill had hair in her lipstick and
it's
people
over.
were like
they
actually dying?
wanted her to die.
Yes.
They literally wanted to cancel her forever. So it's crazy.
And now it's like everyone can do anything.
So is this like a discussion where people, like, when people are mad that like Joe Biden wanted to cancel student loans because they had to pay their student loans, and it's not fair that the generations after them had to pay student loans? Like, I mean, like, I get it. Like, I agree with the point that, like, I would never, ever, ever in my life trust a Michaela Nogueira review on anything, ever. She lost me at Mascara Gate. If you are unaware of Mascara Gate, Michaela was doing a partnership with L'Oreal, and instead of just showing how the product worked and that she believed in the product, she added wispies, fake lashes, to her lash look and tried to pass it off as it being the mascara that did that. Now, right then and there, personally, now I don't go looking for beauty reviews often. I'm not an easily influenced person. But if I was going to go to a beauty creator for product reviews, to know if I would enjoy the product, to get a review that I feel like I could trust, genuinely, and it breaks my heart to say that, I would go to Jeffree Star before I would go to Michaela. And Michaela did that all on her own by lying about what she was reviewing because she was making money for it. So I don't disagree with the point that the integrity is no longer there, and it wouldn't have flown under the radar in the past. But unfortunately, it does now. And I think the thing that's different about Michaela, and I heard Smokey Glow was talking about this in a video that I watched yesterday about Michaela. The difference between Michaela and other like beauty influencers specifically is that Michaela's content is not just makeup. Like, she might be flashy and braggadocious with the things that she owns and the money that she has, and tone deaf about her own career and the expectations on her, but she shares so much of her life as well. Her content isn't just makeup. Her content is also her life. Her content is her relationship, her home, the things that she's doing, the places she's going, these trips she's going on, and things like that. There's more. She started out a lot more relatable, and even though money has very much changed her and made her very unrelatable, her content is still by and large about the relatability aspect. So I think directly comparing her to someone like Jaclyn Hill, whose contaminated lipsticks shook the fucking internet, is kind of a false equivalency.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when the mascara thing happened, it inspired me to get back to full-time reviewing, and I've never let up since that video. And I've just been inspired ever since, and I love TikTok. I like that I can film it myself.
Okay, so what you could say is, thanks, Michaela, for the inspiration. My plane's here.
Remember Christian, my video guy? We love him. So we're about to see him this week finally.
Yay.
But I don't have a videographer anymore. I don't film YouTube videos that need to be edited for hours. I film a review and I move on, and it's
no one
fun.
will ever review product like you.
Yeah, because I feel like you're unbiased, probably, because
Very.
I feel like you're not money motivated.
Of course he's fucking money motivated. What are you talking about, Dip? He's so money motivated. It doesn't matter that he has the money. He wants to be the best in the industry. I think that is absolutely incorrect. I think he's super money motivated. This is why he hates competition. This is why he hates anybody who does it better than him. Anybody who's coming up in the industry in a big way. This is why he comes for them.
Because you've got it. I feel like the beauty community, especially, like, you make so much more money in makeup videos than any other.
And Michaela, obviously I don't know her exact dollar amount, but I know the brand deals I was getting, and I know what it's worth now, and it's astronomical. And if the typical viewer knew how much money she was making off of telling the truth or lying, they would really throw up in their mouth.
Yeah.
So I was very offended by the lack of integrity and the not acknowledging it.
Were ya? Oh. I'm sorry.
I really think that her and L'Oreal had a deal, or whether she lied or, I mean, we all know she lied. She put on a false lash.
Ardell Wispy.
She
What
never,
was the approval
but she
process?
never acknowledged it. And I think L'Oreal got a really great viral moment, and they were thankful for it. Whether it was staged or not, we'll never know. I've asked her in a DM to respond to me of how it happened. She refused to respond to that.
This is the vibe of Jeffree Star that I really despise, because the way he just said that, I asked her in a DM to explain to me how this happened, as if like you are HR for the beauty community. Get fucked. Like, obviously we all saw what we saw. Okay, if you were there, you saw it. If you weren't, you didn't. But like, it was very clear. It was very obvious. She was very much called out for it. And no, she didn't address it. So move the fuck on. Don't trust her reviews then. Use that. Use your critical thinking skills and move forward. Everyone else will figure it out accordingly. L'Oreal's still a bajillion-dollar corporation. Either way, no matter what she does, there are people in her audience who are going to cape for her until the end of time, and they will buy the things she shills, and that's on them. All you can control is what you do. So if you feel like you're reviewing products earnestly and with great integrity, then don't fucking worry about what everybody else is doing. No one has put you in charge of the beauty community just because you're the geriatric one. That's not how it works.
Looking back a year later, the mascara is great. She didn't need to lie, and she didn't need to put on the falsie.
Actually, I bought the mascara around this time. And it was awful. It was like the worst mascara I've ever used. I hate L'Oreal, first of all. But it was the worst mascara I've ever used. Also, they test on animals. Like, that's just not right.
And whether it was a marketing scheme or she actually got caught in a lie, we'll never know because she won't acknowledge it. So the other day, so I do live stream on TikTok now. Let's talk about that. Because I be scrolling a lot and I see a lot of people hating on other creators.
Me.
So
Jeffree Lynn, I got to put this out on the record.
Let's hear it, bitch. Come on.
Okay. Apologize.
Here's what I'm going to say, okay? It is, and I stand on this, seeing Jason Nash panhandle was maybe one of the highlights of my year. Hilarious. The trajectory of the, cheers to the fall of the Dobrik alumni, right?
It is wild as a viewer to see someone that was so far up David's ass just sit on TikTok in their kitchen.
Yes. And, obviously, like...
Hi.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm all for hating on Jason Nash panhandling on TikTok. But I also want to say that I feel dumber from only having watched 18 minutes of this.
And it's all insane, and I stand on that, and I just see so many people who have like flocked now resorting to that.
Yeah.
But then I open my fucking For You page, and there's Miss Jeffree Lynn in a battle with 4 people in Middle America.
Yep.
So clearly there's something we're
galaxies.
missing, and I need to know what it is.
And I'm like,
let's dive
wait, because now I'm like, did I fuck up? Did I go too far against this? Because if you're doing it, you're doing it,
some people are going to start
am I
stitching
missing
you
out on a
together,
business opportunity?
Yeah.
Like suddenly I want a galaxy.
So
There.
you... that's only $10, but...
Have you seen me? I've been tipping you. It's my new bit.
It's so
I've been
fun.
going and
Oh my god, I love when rich people do rich people things. It's really funny. I just been tipping you. It's my new bit.
So let's deep dive into it real fast.
Yes.
Why do you think, before I answer any questions about me, why do you think people are so triggered by Jason and make a joke of it? I feel neither way. I think it's funny. It doesn't matter. There's 60-year-olds that cook on live stream and they're making a lot of money. I think,
and that feels wholesome to me. That's no longer fun.
But I'm gonna answer a question. Even though I asked her the question, I'm gonna answer it. So fucked up. Only child and Scorpio.
No,
I love it.
I love it.
And 80% sociopathic.
And save me from answering I love 80%.
80%, yeah.
I'm like 20, 30, 40.
So the problem is he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're cooking, it's one thing.
You're begging children to swipe their parents' cards.
And they are children.
And all of the things that he's done wrong over the years.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that... I mean, I don't know Jason Nash's actual demographic, but like, if it is children, that's fucking weird. Even in his heyday, he was like already in his 40s. So like, why do the young people know Jason Nash? From old Vine compilations, because like David Dobrik hasn't been relevant for a minute, though apparently he's making content on Snapchat. But like, so was that hot dog, and honestly, I'd rather watch the hot dog.
You do legally have to be 18 or up to gift.
Really?
Rats.
You do. Whether
Can they tell though?
No. Well,
I've been 18 since like 11 on like MySpace.
I can't breathe. But I think the
I can't breathe.
problem is I am an internet dinosaur. So my logic, because people are, majority people get it. Because I am an e-commerce store. So my TikTok page, minus all the fun lip syncs and makeup reviews, I am a e-commerce store, right? So when I go live, a lot of the times, I am selling products for hours. QVC is what our parents used to watch when we were little kids. They'd turn it on. There was some old lady showing off a diamond bracelet for $79.99.
Absolutely, darling.
And or the face cream and the Mary Kay and all that. So now it's TikTok. And
who was the biggest proponent of that? Who started the big old trend of QVC on TikTok Live. It wasn't Jeffree Star. No, it wasn't James Charles, but he's doing it too. Do you know who it was? It was fucking Tati Westbrook. Remember the old lady with the gummies? Yeah, she started that. Or at least it's when it started to take off was when Tati started doing it. So, hi, how are ya?
If anyone's making fun of me, they're a fucking fool, because this is the future of beauty.
100%.
So but we'll get into the battling and what else the app has to offer, yes. But at the core of what I do, if people don't know, because there's new people that are going to watch that maybe don't know who I am.
Everyone knows who you are.
TikTok is...
Okay, Gretchen Wieners, settle the fuck down. Everyone knows who you are. I have a poster of you on my ceiling.
I'm trying to be modest. Fuck.
No humility here.
But like, it's really... People are there. 3 million people go live a day, and there's millions and millions of people. Yeah, whether they have 1 viewer or 10,000, that app is booming, and they make so much money off these creators. But we are a store, so when I'm live selling, whether I'm with a co-host or I'm by myself, I mean, people are ordering. I give really crazy discounts that you're never going to see on my site.
I was in there last
on
night.
Instagram.
I was like, he's handing out free pallets.
Yes, buy a pallet, get a pallet free, and it's only for that 5-hour moment. One time a week, you gotta fucking be there or you're not gonna get it.
And the 2 times I opened TikTok today, both times Jeffree Star was live.
There's a lot of people that don't even watch my TikToks, don't know we do deals. So it's a niche market, but it's massive. The money is there. It's huge. We sell products. We are the number 1 or 2 beauty store. This week, number 1 again.
Yay.
On the number 1 app in the
you make the
world.
best
I'm
products as
I'm
well.
so proud of it.
At the end of the day, you make the best makeup.
So then let's switch to, I'm also an internet character. I've been around for a long time. I want to learn everything. Just like the YouTube and the beauty world, I fucking immersed myself and I took that bitch over. So I'm like, okay, what are the daily ranks? What are people doing? People will do 6-hour face paint on TikTok. They'll battle for 12 hours. I have a friend.
What is a battle? Should have asked that before I
I
played
don't know
Jason
if I
Nash.
completely understand.
So yes, so I live for you.
So uninformed.
So when people, I don't get called a panhandler because I'm a real business and I show people how to make money on the app, and it's really great. You can really make a really good income.
All you have to do is invest in this timeshare, and then the money will start rolling in.
Right. My friend's mom cooks
I'm like,
all
oh,
day,
shit.
and she makes money just cooking. And instead of working, as an insurance agent, she now makes way more money, 5 times the amount per month. People are watching her cook and gifting and engaging with her, and her chat really loves her, and people really engage and they come view you every day. I probably go live 4 or 5 times a week. People look forward to it. It's entertaining. What do I do on live? I'll make bacon in the morning and make $50,000.
I mean, you're so fucking entertaining.
Really?
There's money there, yes.
$50,000.
Like as
$50,000 alive.
well, so
That's why I'm gonna say, whether people
Careful, Brooke. You almost said something.
want to say I don't get called a panhandler. I think that the problem,
You're not giving
I
panhandling.
think if we were to do it, we might be panhandling because we don't have a business. That we're not driving people to buy from our business the way that he is. You know what I mean? So it's like if we were to do it, we're not making $50,000. Well,
but
are you making that in sales or in gifting?
Both.
Oh.
It depends. So there's some times where I don't know. No. There's some times where I don't sell at all, and I'll just make bacon in my kitchen, in my bathrobe, in my little slippers, Mink Louie, and
Bro, we get it. You have money. Like, Jesus Christ.
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
We'll just hang out and I'll just chat and I'll do a Q&A and I'll just talk about my Vegas trip and what I did and and people will gift and support. But I'm also known as one of the biggest gifters on the app. So if you deep dive and open up the live, everyone has a gifter badge number by their name. So we all know I give back, and I've been giving back since the day I was blessed to ever have $1, right?
Yeah, we all know. I think one of the most widely known things about Jeffree Star is how much he gives back. I'm sure he does. I'm sure there's yak charities all over greater Wyoming that just are raking in the Jeffree Star cash.
So I support small creators. I'll go in and I'll drop $5,000 on someone that's sleeping in their car on live. And I love to give back.
Okay, well, I could go sleep in my car if you want to hand me $5,000. That'd be fine. I sure could use it. Nah, I don't want your fucking money.
Right.
You always have.
Always. So the battling world is really interesting. So what I'm getting at is I can cook bacon. I can do so I also do my makeup reviews live. So all the TikToks you see, I film those live.
These brands, I just know they're shaking.
Oh, they
Imagine.
do. I tag
like
them every time.
The Milani CEO has
they
their
sit there.
asshole clenched.
Yes, no, they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sit there. I was reviewing Rare Beauty last month. Selena Gomez came in the chat and she sent me her first ever gifts.
I seriously doubt that it was Selena Gomez and probably like her social media manager. That's cool.
I was like,
You know.
it was sickening. Yeah, it was sick, bitch.
You know
Yes.
she's slamming the credit card like, please
Yeah.
love my blush.
So what I do now is YouTube days, right? I would go film for a couple hours. Christian would have to drive home, edit it, show me a preview, upload the YouTube video, do the thumbnail, do the description. Girl, we're in a different fucking time now. No one's attention spans are like that, right? So I just filmed a video and I'll do it live. So I'm live streaming on the iPad, filming it on my phone. And I'll just be like, trying new Rare Beauty powder. Girl, they're all glued to the screen like, oh my God, is he gonna hate? Is he gonna...
Yeah. It's like the fucking Super Bowl. This is boring.
it is
Gypsy
crazy.
Rose went live with me.
Tell now.
Not fucking Brooke being like, oh my God, I love her so much. Everything I learned about killing my mother, I learned from Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Did she battle you?
No, we just had a good conversation. People kept being like, she wants to collab, and I'm like, Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not collabing with a murderer.
That's right. Jeffree Star only collabs with racists.
We're not doing it this year.
I need like a list of iconic things you say on today's episode.
and-
That's one. I want her on canceled regardless so bad.
So-
but I like do
So
this
here's my
thing.
issue. I'm very sarcastic and I battle and I'm live all the time. I say really crazy funny jokes. I should have been a comedian, right?
Hell no. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Once in a while, throughout the course of the past, I don't know, we'll say 7 or 8 years, Jeffree Star has made me chuckle a couple of times. Should he have been a comedian? No. Lots of people have made other people laugh before. That is not qualification to be a comedian. Stay in your lane. Stay with your yaks. Give me money.
So we
Always
go
said that.
we
You
go
are.
live together. We have a good time. I'm not gonna collab with her. She's like, I don't know if she's hinting at it, but like, and she's also learning TikTok. And imagine you're in prison for so long and the phone is so new.
Oh my God.
It's like it must be such
Could
a
you
trip.
imagine what that even feels like?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my issue is that she thought I was all great. And then a couple weeks later, someone sends her a clip of a joke I made. Unfollow. She can't handle the humor.
Me when I can't handle the humor about my life in prison. Who knew Gypsy Rose couldn't take a fucking joke? Who knew?
Like the YouTube drama era, the lie is always more entertaining than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Why
That's all of the media,
You want to
that's
really
everything.
switch and be bipolar? Why did her second video hit so hard?
I loved this transition. We went straight from Gypsy
I want to
Rose
ask
Tati.
you,
Why
What are we
did her
talking about?
second
woman to man, when she
I take back everything I said. Jeffree Star should have been a comedian.
Yes, bitch. I want to know. I've never asked anyone this question because you're making
Tati
me,
Westbrook's
you're, yeah,
second
you're,
video.
you're making me reflect on a lot.
What was the title of the second video before I speak on?
Oh God.
Wait, in this
Breaking my silence, bitch. Just get it together.
second video, she's blaming
Me and
you
Shane.
and Shane for influencing
So
her to make this.
here's the thing, just for
first
the
video.
record, I don't feel like I need to prove myself to anyone ever, but I don't think or talk about these things often.
So that's why I have now brought this up twice.
So when I do, a lot of memories flood in. I've put a lot of this behind me. I don't think about it. It was a very dark time. And my question is all, and I've never got to ask anyone this, even as a fan or a viewer, because we're both viewers of what all happened, even though I was a part of it. Why do you think her second video hit? Did they just want me and Shane to be the villain for the 100th time?
I think people, even just the viewers watching, the fans of Dramageddon happening, were enamored by the idea of all of YouTube's hierarchy being even. I don't want to compare it to anything that's like happening right now in the media with like the Diddy stuff, but people are glued to the idea of the takedown of a hierarchy of anything, like all the
Yes.
Kardashians, everyone that's going to be taken down with Diddy. People love to see that.
I was never there, by the way. I like straight rappers. I was never there. I was never there.
A couple interesting things. One, valid point by Tana. Yes, people do like to see the takedown of the top tier of a hierarchy and watch the whole thing crumble. Yeah, I would say that that's probably true. I would also say that during this time, the things that were revealed about James Charles being predatory towards straight men, which was apparently a bad thing for James Charles to do. But when Jeffree Star says things like,
I like straight rappers,
that's not a problem. So when James Charles was coercing straight men, allegedly, according to this installment of Dramageddon in the past, when it was said that James Charles was coercing straight men into having sex with him, and simultaneously Jeffree Star was living with his boyfriend who identified as a straight man, did anybody have the idea of like, we're just kind of glossing that over?
Ugh. Yeah, bunch of
That's
fucking.
honestly good spot to clarify. I was going to ask you that.
I think what was bizarre is me and Shane, and I've never even said this on camera before, we were busy filming the conspiracy documentary. We were filming for 10, 11 months how to create a product, our lives, all the newness of my life, my love life, my dogs, my exponential growth of my channel. The fact that anyone believed that we were bored to try to ruin someone's life on the side when we're living our dreams, our financial dreams, the viewers were so crazy. It was the biggest, most exciting thing me and him have ever done career-wise, and the most successful. I couldn't believe I woke up and people believed I'm the villain for the 100th time.
Baby, you're the villain all the time. You want to be the villain and the victim at the same time. I'm sorry, Shane Dawson saying that James Charles needed a slice of humble pie. Tati expressing concern that James Charles was staying in a hotel on a high floor and she was worried that he was going to hurt himself. And Shane Dawson's response was that he was, I forgot what he said verbatim, but it was something to the effect of he's too self-obsessed, essentially, to ever hurt himself. There were a myriad of things. Like, I'm sorry. I have the hardest time believing that either one of them really feels like they are the victim here. And I'm not, like, exonerating Tati Westbrook either. I think all three of them, as grown adults, fucking acted like idiots. God, what a time that was. What a time that was.
I couldn't believe it.
But do you think there was like a convenience in like you guys being so powerful at that time and like putting it on you guys?
Yeah, absolutely, Gretchen. You nailed it.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
And
Sorry, let me be quiet. So what do you think?
She was always threatened as well, like even just with the sugar bear hair, like all of that, like James, my gummy, this. It felt like she was insecure in her spot.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought that to be strange. Like, I think about it now, and like, if I had like a hat brand and then Tana stepped out in like a different hat brand because they're sending her to Coachella, I'd be like, slay.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
I didn't understand like why it was such a serious thing. I guess like people are different, but
no, but it's
for it to
I
be
think
that serious that you hold a grudge that makes you make a bi sister video. I was like,
well, you know, the gummies were the catalyst, it seemed, for the bi sister thing, which makes you wonder what was being said behind the scenes outside of like sucking dick and cock. This is a wonderful time to wonder. That does seem like a ridiculous catalyst to make the bi sister video, doesn't it? Because yeah, okay, you can be a little jaded that your friend, who's much weirdly much younger than you, took a competitor's product as an endorsement and then went to Coachella because of it. Like, I could see being like, oh, that sucks. But like, to the point where you make a video trying to cancel them entirely, that feels like a big jump. That feels like I very much believe that there might have been two other people in her ear helping her arrive at a certain conclusion. like to make a video, entitle it "By Sister."
Rooted in insecurity.
There was a lot more to it. I think.
Do you also just think she was dumb and just straight up did not know how damaging it was? Maybe the first video, and then was manic. And
I think she's one of the worst people I've ever met. So I'm not trying to say anything for her.
I don't know if I've ever met her,
but it was more than the gummies. I think when you're telling a stranger, if you were to tell a stranger the story, the gummies seem to be like people's catalyst of like, this was the root.
when in reality it was very anecdotal.
It was way more than that. And we were all spending a lot of time together.
But you still want me to believe that you had no hand in anything she had to say about James Charles?
We learned a lot of things about it was just
every
a lot
person.
of things. Yeah. And me and Tati traveled with James, and we really saw
And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Yeah.
You did it at my birthday dinner. I'm sorry, but that video is still fucking iconic. It is full of giggles. Maybe not for James Charles, but for me, full of giggles.
Yes.
Were you at the birthday dinner?
Yeah, I was sat right next to him. I was here. James was there.
What happened from Jeffree
and
Lynn's eyes?
it's a crazy meme of this because of her. No one ever heard my version. They just they saw Tati's video, the birthday dinner.
What actually happened at the infamous
It was the
birthday
height
dinner?
of, it was her birthday, so it was like her friends and family and a lot of normal people, not YouTubers, not people with a lot of money. And to me, it was that height of James's new fame, new money, going batshit crazy and not knowing how to handle it all, and it turned him into a monster, or he already was that, and the money amplified it. And he really thought, I have money, you're gonna sleep with me. It was very disgusting. Doesn't matter who you were, you want him.
So what you're saying is what Tati said was accurate, or?
And that
It
shit
had
happens
been
so often in
weeks of
Hollywood.
buildup of the ego getting so dark and crazy, and just so many weird things and stories coming out to us, and really bizarre things. And the dinner was him at his most disgusting. And there was a 19-year-old waiter who he tricked into his room later that night, and the guy said he wanted to leave, and James was like, I paid for this. Yeah, you have to hook up with me. I bought the room. But everyone just makes it about sucking in the memes and her stupid ass video. But it was really, as someone that was there, and I'm all about shock value, I'm fucking crazy, it was just disgusting to witness.
Because it's one thing to say something
And
shocking
there's
for the
like
bit,
Tati's
but
family there, and we all know we're shocking and we can say whatever we want, but when you're at that environment, you don't say crazy. It was all just too much, and it just bubbled up crazy, and we all flew home just horrified by this person.
There was a really, really good way of telling a story with no details in an absolutely non-linear fashion. I am really, really ecstatic that you cleared that up for us, Jeffree. Thank you so much. I absolutely believe Tati is a liar, and we should probably burn her at the stake.
Disgusted.
Holy fuck.
And I think she really felt like in her heart that exposing him as a alleged predator and all these things was going to teach him a lesson and remove him from the platform. It really wasn't about gummies. I think that was the start of it, because to me the gummies was loyalty.
Yak's back.
I'm gonna speak for her stupid ass, Tati, you dumb cunt. I'm gonna say let me say one thing for you before you die, you fucking old witch.
Now, that's a whole lot of resentment. That's a whole lot of resentment. Might want to get back to that therapy in Wyoming, sir.
I just wish more people would come on Canceled and do
She
this.
is one of the darkest
goal.
people. One of the darkest people I've ever met.
Really? I don't think I've ever
But
met her.
So-
she got me with the guise of being like, you know, this like
A sweet
I don't
older
wanna call her
woman.
middle-aged, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is.
No,
I guess
I'm only
middle-aged.
being funny because people will say I'm age shaming. We're really close in age.
No, but it was like, at
We're
the
not. I'm not
time-
age
Her
shaming.
aesthetic, though.
No, her aesthetic was the mother of YouTube, and why would she be a part of any drama and da da da? Because she found out a lot of stuff about him. She knew he was evil, and she wanted to remove him.
But
But the gummies was about loyalty. So I think back then it was bizarre because we all kind of had each other's backs. We were all promoting each other. But it was organic. It wasn't like, it was just like we all.
Yeah.
She's gonna come out with a beauty line.
Unspoken,
I'm
like-
gonna be the first one to let y'all know it's fucking amazing, if it is. And I just think that it was bizarre for him to take a quick check when he was raking in so much money to promote something when he's did her makeup at the wedding. So it was bizarre to switch up and not promote her products.
Okay, so like, where is she the problem here? So all Jeffree has done is confirm that James Charles was being predatory towards a straight waiter, and that it was fucking weird that given the amount of money that James Charles was making at the time, that he took the Sugar Bear hair fucking endorsement to go to Coachella when he had other options. Like, all he's done is prove her correct. So I'm wondering, is the issue just still being bitter that she called the two of you out on being huge pieces of what's the issue?
I did think it was interesting.
Okay.
Because they were deep
and we're
rooted.
very different. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess
They're in
it felt
Hawaii
like-
and he's doing her makeup at the wedding. Like, she deeply immersed herself with this kid and then found out later on, wow, I think he's evil.
it's like Chucky.
So yeah,
Chucky. Jimmy Chucky.
I guess I get like why she'd be hurt. I don't know. I experienced it like firsthand as a like completely removed like bystander. Every single video I was like, okay, wait, maybe I believe this person. Like, now I believe
and that's
her.
what it ended up becoming, is this just cluster
No one knew what to
spider
believe.
web of what
And we're
the
over here
hell
like,
is
we just
true.
launched the biggest makeup collection in makeup history. The most palettes sold in 1 hour, in one day. Me and Shane Dawson. What? Two dudes?
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy and beautiful. And the documentary, the second one, right?
Yeah, it's crazy and beautiful. We love men taking over industries previously run mostly by women. That's so great. We're so happy for you and Shane and the cash grab you guys grew together. It's beautiful and magical.
Both of them were such massive hits. And I couldn't believe we're in the middle of a pandemic and there's all these crazy things happening with our culture and the planet and Earth and the presidency, and everyone's angry. They wanted me and Shane to be the villain.
Do you think
But-
it hurt your like launch, or do you think it helped it?
The launch had already happened.
It had already happened.
Yeah,
how long?
so November 19.
Do you believe
and then
in
the
like too close
drama-
to the sun? Like,
and
do you
then-
believe that when people fly too close to the sun, like, you know what I mean?
Like, what, we got too successful?
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
and
do you
people
just
wanna
believe in
immediately
that,
shoot
like,
you down.
karmatic, like, you know what I mean?
With me and Shane specifically, from the dawn of Tumblr to MySpace to this very moment, this has been our careers for some reason, right? Both,
And I feel that on a
both
smaller
different
scale.
ways.
For some reason, I don't know, I feel like Jeffree screaming the N-word at people and harassing homeless folks and having accusations of sexual assault, plus the people that he consorts with, like Davi Vanity and all of those things. I think that might have a little more to do with the trajectory. Not to mention Shane Dawson having a history of blackface and being inappropriate with children and pretending to pleasure himself to a photo of 11-year-old Willow Smith, and, you know, just like all the hits, you know. I can't imagine how y'all end up the villains. I cannot imagine it. It just boggles my mind. It'll be studied. It'll be studied for years to come.
Yes,
So I feel
but
that.
same. And it's the roller coaster of she's the villain, they're awful, they're this, never mind, they're great, we were wrong. And it's just been over and over. And I feel
And
like
it is
it's
so crazy mentally. Like, I see why you would go to Wyoming for your mental health, because even I struggle with that
I
so
couldn't
heavily.
I couldn't wake up here anymore.
Trying to find a way to be calm while on that roller coaster. I always use that analogy. Like, I've
Yes.
learned how to like fall asleep on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, emotionally, like,
We were used to it. We woke up every day not knowing what was going to happen. That fear of like, what's going to happen today? It was awful.
Wow. My deepest sympathies. I didn't realize things were so bad.
So I just couldn't believe that we woke up and people believed it. It was crazy to me. And then it all just got so big, and it's on the news and it's on CNN and it's
Do you
just everywhere.
ever
And
hate
I'm
that-
like,
I guess Shane's cancellation, he ended up having another one later, right? And like the cat
yeah,
stuff.
our
and whatever the hell.
situations were so different.
Do you hate that he left the internet though? Do you hate like some people would argue that it defeated him? Do you wish it? Do you know what I mean? Do you wish he?
And I partially agree. I took a few weeks off and was like, wait, what did I do?
Yeah.
I'm not a bad person. I didn't try to take down James Charles.
You what now? Didn't try to take down James Carl. Oh, okay. How many people did you play that alleged voice memo for? My favorite part of this. How the fuck do you think you're gonna get on a podcast? Like, it's hella views, and try to rewrite history in real time. What are you, Gabby Hanna at Oxford Union? Get the fuck out of here.
I haven't talked to Tati in months. He weaseled his way back in, got her to make a video about us to try to get back at us.
Oh, you think he was behind video 2?
Yeah, that's what she's told people. Yeah, that he manipulated her. These people are so twisted.
I'm like,
But your
lost.
memory's so great.
And I wasn't a part of any of it. That's the problem.
But you got dragged.
You were shrapnel.
So now we're 5 years later. You're telling me that me and Shane called her on the phone and coerced her into me. This has to be a joke. That's what I'm like. How could anyone believe that was real?
Because you're both shitty people. That's how. Okay? That's the definitive answer. There's your closure. Go home to your yaks.
Yeah.
We'll never-
And yes, so to
content
answer
will
your
never be
question, I am upset that Shane disappeared for over a year. He I don't know, he couldn't handle it mentally. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, obviously.
I would love to get him on this
He's a
couch.
really great speaker. Have you invited him here?
I've like hinted at it. I think I'm gonna cold open ask him again. Maybe I'll be like, hey, Jeffree.
I feel like you're going to be helpful. Like people
We'll just
want to come
FaceTime
if
him when
somebody
this is
cool
over.
comes.
And but it would have, yeah, it's if he, but I don't think he wants to talk about any of this.
Yeah, that's true. And I understand.
I think
that.
maybe, yeah.
It's just there will never, the good stuff and the bad stuff. I think that the way that the internet is now, TikTok, the short form content, there will never be a time like that again where singular YouTube videos are like,
I think, why do you
breaking
think people are
history.
so obsessed with all of our old clips? Even the ones with the alleged.
Yeah, with James,
Child
that
fucker.
Jack in the Box video. It's so funny because I want to go back and rewatch that video.
They
with
were
you.
really good, great times.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is everything, for the most part, like organic content on YouTube is not organic. It's all contrived. Everything is contrived and planned. And the era up until roughly 2020 was full of organic content creation. You know, the demise of the vlog alone says enough about YouTube's history. There was a time when all you watched was vlogs. Travel vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, fashion vlogs, beauty vlogs, all of that. It was all vlog content. It was all, you know, like first person, low production, real, authentic, day in the life type shit, you know? And that's why those videos felt fun. And because collaboration wasn't totally transactional, it was like light networking, it also felt organic because the people that got along really well and collaborated often made fun content because they did get along so well. Nothing on YouTube is really very real anymore, and if it is, it's not gaining any traction. You know, it's like the pilot of a TV show, you know? The pilot of the TV show is usually the weakest link in the entire show, right? Because you're establishing your footing, you're establishing the look of the show, the actor dynamics, where the characters are going, you know, like sometimes you change out actors. It's the same kind of thing. Early YouTube and like even like, I don't know, like late 2010s YouTube all had very, very organic content. And now it is so fucking saturated with anything and everything that you can think of. And it's quite frankly sucked a lot of the joy out of YouTube as a whole. Not making videos. I'm happy to be here. I swear to God, this is wonderful. I promise.
I heard Tati's trying to do live stream. It's flopping.
I don't.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And
I'm a senior,
James
so
has a
my
makeup
sister.
line now, 100 years later.
Oh.
I guess only because I'm the queen of reviewing, and so many people
Have you
been
reviewed
like,
Painted?
I can't review.
It would be so viral.
I really, yes, it would. But at the end of the day, it's a Patrick Ta ripoff. There's nothing new or inspiring
Ooh.
about it. The packaging of his blushes are identical to Patrick Ta and Tom Ford.
Ooh.
It's boring. It's really uninspiring from what I've seen.
Who does inspire you?
Ooh,
Whose
I
makeup
like
lines?
that.
Tell me what's Jeffree Star approved? What's getting you going?
My
right now?
favorite thing is I love that whether it's celebrity or fashion makeup artists have makeup lines. Pat McGrath, number one, fucking amazing,
I
right?
love Pat
I used to
McGrath.
be a little kid opening up magazines to shoot, and all her makeups were there. Interview magazine, the full fucking rainbow eye, and I'm like, oh my god. So people like her, Patrick Ta, Makeup by Mario. I love that artists get to have their own brands now versus
Makeup
all
by
these
Mario
fucking
diehard.
all these
Celebrity.
dumb celebrities.
Money
Everyone
hungry.
around the corner. Listen, it's worked for Gaga. She's genuine, right? Selena Gomez, huge hit. Some of these people, JLo skincare line.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, well, bless her heart indeed. This is the point where I start skipping around because this is arduous.
And then popping Trisha on the list, sweetie.
No, I'm kidding, Trisha. So you and Trisha have had, and you know, I fucking love Trisha. I love Trisha. The people I have made it out of that time with you, Trisha, it's a beautiful bond that you cannot recreate, right? Yeah. And you guys have had a roller coaster of a friendship.
Haven't seen her in almost 5 years.
And you're about to.
Yeah, we're about to have a reunion.
I'm going to put this out later because I'm not trying to compete with that moment. But, or maybe before, who knows? Honestly.
Yeah.
This could be like
the build up. But yeah, we haven't seen each other in a long time. I think a lot of her new fans think I'm the devil. Love that. But the OG fans that watched both of us knew that at the heart of it all, there was really no drama. It was just a lot of speculation and other people chiming in, and just a lot of ugliness.
Again, Jeffree Star missed his calling as a proofreader because we are rewriting history again in the same podcast. I've been doing this particular job for about 5 years, and I was definitely around for the drama between Jeffree Star, Trisha Paytas, and Hair by Jay, featuring Shane Dawson. I very, very, very much remember this. And I don't necessarily think being like nothing happened, this was all made up, is so f***ing wild. When Hair by Jay himself went on a tirade about Trisha Paytas, where they both fucking body shamed her, where she was having a mental breakdown, albeit during a time where she was always having a mental breakdown, but like then to apologize for it, saying good morning to everyone except the person who used to do my hair, and then as recently as 6 days ago, Hair by Jay still there. So cool. Oh my god, what the fuck. Obviously I wanted to include this part because, like I said in the very beginning, which feels like about 6 years ago, I did mention that I was holding out for Jeffree being on the Just Trish podcast because I thought that would be a more interesting interview than this one.
But we had the best times together. I rewatched some of our old clips. Oh my god,
so
they're
iconic.
like ours. They're so
I can
iconic.
see you guys with the damn pink Bentley right now. I can
and us through the drive-thru at Taco Bell.
Yes.
Her sticking her head out the window, screaming, like so good.
I'm excited as fuck to just see you guys together.
Here's
in the
something
same
really
room.
crazy. I haven't had Taco Bell in 4 years.
What?
Yeah,
Don't even
I don't
tell
eat
me
fast
that.
food anymore.
I'm about to check your pulse.
I quit.
Is there a reason?
That's
or
all
no?
you and me would do.
Yeah,
That makes me
it's horrible.
sad.
I know, but it's so good.
Yes.
Now
I
you're
think-
making yak tacos.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like there's something in your middle age where you're like, maybe Taco Bell isn't as good as I thought it was. Sometimes it hits, you know, but it's much rarer than it used to be.
But I knowing you, when all those celebrities did OF, I remember like Tyga and just whatever. I was like, damn, I could see Jeffree Star doing this. But you're gonna put a business spin on it. Go ahead, tell me what it is.
Well, she asked what's next. I am 90% done with an autobiography. Don't know when it's coming out.
I can't wait.
Someone a really famous writer wrote it with me, and they interviewed me for almost 2 years, and it's just really insane.
Okay.
So a book of being in my mom's stomach till right before Wyoming. Like my entire life up until Wyoming.
Wow.
We love a gestational period that takes place in your stomach. I guess we don't come to Jeffree Star for science, so.
Is the book. It's insane. It's very inspirational. It's very dark. And shockingly, even though I showed so much on my YouTube channel, every surgery, every crazy secret, every whatever, I still have a lot of secrets and things from my past and childhood.
That's literally where I'm at.
That I'm ready to share.
Yep.
Not to like, ooh, it's spicy to make some money. No,
I relate to
there's
this so hard.
Yes. And there's a lot of dark things and things I went through that I have never told anyone.
Oh my god, there's more going on in there? That sounds exhausting.
And I just feel like it's going to inspire a lot of people to see what I've created from the dirt, right?
I feel like it's going to inspire me to take a nice nap.
Cannot wait.
So that's
to read
one.
That.
I can't wait for the audiobook.
The audiobook is crazy. Hi, how are you?
Uh-huh.
I cannot wait. I really mean that. I'm so happy for you.
I can't wait. It was really therapeutic too.
Yes, I'm in the
crazy.
writing process right now. And
Yes. Oh my God.
it's traumatizing
yes.
as well, though. I cry over the
reliving
fucking
We
it all.
interviewed
computer.
my mother, and my mom told me things I've never heard before, and I'm in my 30s, so it's
Wow.
like hearing new things about my past. It was just all so healing and a wild roller coaster. So that's one wild thing I'm working on.
That's like really like I have to
Right?
say I'm so
I'm
like
excited.
moved by that.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
it needs to be the right moment.
Inspired.
Second, on a whole other tinge, is like I have been teaching makeup for so long. I think before I get any older, I should start teaching how to suck.
I've
Yeah.
always said that about you.
Yeah, I too have always said that about Jeffree Star. Nobody needs lessons from Jeffree Star on
Sucking dick and cock.
Thank you, Tati. It's really not. It's really not that complicated. Don't bite down.
I could use some help.
You've
sorry.
actually always given me like even just back in the day, you were like, girl, listen.
So I feel like while I still look like this,
So
and
you're talking
my-
how to.
Yeah,
Is it one of those
Educational.
things where here's my guess, and I'm guessing you don't have to say yes or no, but I think it's gonna be look how long my makeup lasts.
Oh, I mean that's definitely a concept, right?
Like
And
look at what my liquid lipstick can stay withstand.
absolutely.
Oh, it
but
could be like trying product or like how does this last through?
Yes, and that's real.
That's fun and that's cute, right? But also people need education on what they're doing.
Do they? I mean, I don't. What are you like? Are you creeping into people's bedrooms to find out what it is they need help with? And why am I trusting you? Why would anyone trust Jeffree Star? I don't think sex tips from Jeffree Star are necessary or probably any good.
That's my version of a sex tape.
Who's dick? That's like even just crazy. You have to like it's got to be the most
Oh,
beautiful.
did you want to see a few?
Yes.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
show you.
Yeah, you know I do. Like, yes. Oh my god, I'll pay for it too.
You might know a couple in here, but
Oh my God, so fun.
You listen to their music, you don't know them
Yes.
personally. Yeah.
Oh my god, love always.
Where are the cameras angled? But yeah,
Right.
so I think that might be a really nice venture for me, and I'm being dead
How
ass.
serious are you?
Very.
Yeah.
I
Timeline.
just think it would be really fun.
Doing even just like I've never done like tapes and stuff, but I've always loved doing OF. I took a little break this summer, but
Did you ever show? What did you show?
just like tits and ass and like sexy videos
no
in that
vagina.
way. No vagina. Like I think that's an all in or nothing for me. Like I wouldn't be like, here's a selfie, right? Like it's like sex tape or you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like and I would want to like
If you're gonna
Pam
take it that
Anderson
far, you'll
like
take
do
it that
Well, I don't want to
Yeah,
say
I
that
just
because
think
she
like,
was against that, but
right. But because hers was stolen, sadly.
Yes,
but
yes,
I just
I
think
don't mean
that
that
I'm
in that
at
way.
the stage in my life where I've never cared.
Yeah.
And I've done so much. I've lived 10
Yeah.
lives, and I just think
100%.
like it's
I'm surprised you never just uploaded one to YouTube in the height of everything. Genuinely, I'm surprised.
On Twitter?
TikTok Live.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God, they have strict rules.
I know they do.
So if
They'll
you ever,
get ya.
if you guys go live, we should go live while I'm in town in LA.
I would love to.
Because there's rules and things you can't say, and you guys would get banned in like 10 minutes. I know.
Oh
it.
my god, yeah, I need the crash
I
course.
just
You guys would
reported
get
And
in the
my
car-
vaping
You can't
problem.
drive. No,
I would
don't-
need a
you can't drive in
nicotine
the
patch.
car. You can't vape, but you lean off camera.
Yeah.
I get high and just lean off camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Real.
We call it watering the plants on my channel, on my page.
That Jeffree Star is so clever. Yeah, so my camera died yesterday, or not my camera, but the battery. And my camera died yesterday, and I decided that I didn't feel like continuing for fear that the remaining brain cells sloshing around up in my cranium might, in fact, kill themselves. So we're back today to, finish this shit up.
Did you get in any other serious relationships?
Nothing.
It probably taught
ever
you about not being as public.
Yeah. So obviously that relationship was really serious, right? He met me when I barely had any money, and people saw the growth of everything from kind of first meeting till the end on YouTube, and I think I just showed a lot, right? And I've always showed a lot, and I think moving forward, I probably wouldn't do that again, and I don't think it was a negative at all. I just think the older I get, I enjoy a little bit more privacy.
But link me again to your OnlyFans, where you're gonna teach everybody how to SMD. Nothing says private, like. No shade. No shade to sex work. No shade to tutorials. Although I do think there is a lot of comedic potential in treating like a sex work OnlyFans like 2012, 2013 YouTube, you know, where everything's like a tutorial or a get ready with me or a day in the life. I think there's a lot of funny potential there. I'm not going to find it myself because nobody wants that, but conceptually, hilarious.
When someone has like loves you when you don't have anything to offer them, and then that goes crazy, and you're never gonna be that Jeffree again. You have to have your guard up tenfold.
Absolutely.
What are you looking for? And do you see yourself ever settling down and marrying one person?
I will say, hold on, just an aside. Like, I think for all the shit I have talked about Tana over the years and how much I still hate her laugh, she is actually a really good podcast host. She's so. I haven't watched anything Tana's done since her last apology. But, like, no, her last apology, because there was one recently, wasn't there? But she is so much more well-spoken, and she's asked really thoughtful questions, and I think I will give credit where credit is due always. I think that she's found a good outlet in podcasting. She's good at it. Okay?
I don't know. I'm at this really weird crossroads where I'm not searching for anything. I'm not lonely, and I'm having the time of my life. I'm hanging out with someone and enjoying their time, and I travel a lot. So I'm really not like...
Do you fly commercial ever?
Yeah.
I can't imagine seeing Jeffree Star on like 35
Did you see that TikTok of me in commercial?
No.
I'm going to show it to you. It's so funny. Recently, a dad filmed me. Because he recognized me from his daughter was watching me.
Yeah.
And when you're in Casper, Wyoming, let's say you're going to fly to LA, you always have to stop in Denver or Salt Lake because our town is 60,000 people. It's tiny. So you know the jumper planes where there's no first class or economy.
What? I want to fly economy on a puddle jumper.
So someone filmed me being like, "Oh, is he going through financial issues?" And I'm like, "The fuck? What are you?" And so I responded to it like, "Your dad wants to fuck me. That's why he was filming me."
Yeah.
I love a nice fan interaction.
That's what's going on here. And I was like, "Nope, there's only 50 seats in the plane."
Yeah.
I was in 2A, but there's no. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Delta 360 Diamond Mazalian Miss Thing. I love a good Delta moment.
That's so good.
I love when rich people can appreciate poor people things. It really, really makes me feel like they're the everyman.
But no, I'm not looking for love. I think whatever is gonna happen or
Will happen.
drop down my throat will.
And
Charming. You're sweet.
I mean, listen, I was sitting in a 25,000 square foot house by myself and my dogs, and I was like, I'm bored. I didn't want.
I can only have Tana Mongeau come over and eat Jack in the Box so many times.
And it's like it kind of wears thin.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also hard to look at a stranger and be like, the glass elevator in the theater got old. It's like, no, having so much shit and stuff that I thought I needed to fill a void got old.
Okay. I can appreciate that level of self-awareness. I mean, it's very, very bare minimum shit, but like I can appreciate the self-awareness to know that like that he is clarifying, that he's saying like, I'm aware I have money and I have everything in the world that some people could ever possibly want, but the concept of being able to have that feels boring. Still a little tone deaf, but like with little sprinkles of self-awareness. So again, I will give credit where credit's due, and that's probably that's about it.
And then once I woke up and had an ego death and realized I didn't need anything but myself,
sold the pinball machines.
Didn't. I have them all still. Yeah, I do.
That's one hell of an ego death. If you completely redefine the term ego death.
I love pinball.
It's really good.
But I sold like 90% of my clothes. I sold a lot of stuff. I shed a lot of things, and
I'm in that era right now as well. It's just you realize you don't need that stuff to
I'm
make
big
you
on that.
happy.
Travel light through life.
You don't have a choice, Brooke. You're like the Make-A-Wish kid in this room, which is saying something considering you're in a room with Tana Mongeau.
I just didn't want to play the games or be a puppet.
The devil works hard, but Jeffree Star works harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
nuts.
sucked the devil off. He's not bad. He's kind of
That's
boring.
our third
Well, you two have that in common.
clip.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's kind of boring.
I love you so fucking much,
Look.
Jeffree Star.
We all have it.
What show now?
We all have it.
Wait,
Mine's
I don't
just
see
pink.
it. Oh, the 666. When did you get that? Did you get that during like your MySpace era?
No, when they so I didn't get indicted.
I'm
so
scared.
funny.
No, the drummer of Metallica and Kat Von D actually did that on me. It's a really cool story.
How are you?
I love a
How
good
are you
story.
and Miss Von D? I forgot about
We're
all
still
that.
best friends. Shut the
amazing.
fuck up.
Oh, you're no, you're lying. You're not.
Haven't talked in so long.
Yeah.
man.
I saw her on Theo Von and I was like, whoa, like I just forgot.
I
Like
forgot she existed. I know.
that's what we need is you on Theo Von, Jesus.
Oh, so 2 days ago, I just saw him.
Really?
Yeah, we just hung out at a bar. He did a show in Casper, Wyoming. He had the whole arena sold out in my little hometown, and he was so fucking funny.
Okay, first of all, that's not your hometown. Your hometown is a shitty part of California. Just because you live there does not make it your hometown.
He's also a client of ours. We own, we own Killer Merch.
Yes.
Me and Mark and a friend, we print merch for an array of UFC influencers.
Always have, and
God,
you've always
and-
killed it, no
yeah,
pun
and
intended.
comedians. We-
I would love to see you on this past weekend. I feel like it'd be.
Theo's podcast
He
would
has
be-
the best. He has questions nobody would ever think to ask.
And I love
Right.
that. Did
Yeah.
you watch the cat interview? Was it good?
They were
I watched
talking
it.
about like ghosts and shit. It was. I think Theo Von could interview a blender.
Yeah, he's
and
just
it'd be
so
interesting.
curious.
So funny.
And
He's the
shame,
funniest
he doesn't
person
feel
alive.
ashamed to ask anything.
Isn't it bizarre? Because you guys have all had best friends for a long time, and then all of a sudden, you don't talk anymore. It's bizarre that she was such a big part of my life.
Was there a falling out, or was it just like?
Brooke, have you ever been on the internet? Ever? Like ever?
Oh, am I? Am I dumb?
I don't think Jeffree's ever just peacefully walked away with anyone. Like and that.
Well,
But
you know,
that's
some people you just grow apart.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But like infamous friendship breakups on the internet.
This was like 2016, so you missed that, thankfully.
Yeah, it was before John Mageddon. That was I remember.
It
that.
was way before. It was actually one of the first real big drama moments I had in my career because someone who is never in drama came out and tried to disparage and ruin my career and say a bunch of lies. It was crazy.
and someone you loved so much.
Yes, best friend of 12 years went on camera all weirded out and made a weird salacious video about me.
How crazy!
It was very
it's
bizarre.
so crazy how many lives you've lived. Like the MySpace era, even just
One of the
like
best
That's when
times.
I first knew of you.
So we
I
were
was
just in Vegas at the When We Were Young festival with My Chemical Romance and Pierce the Veil and all these bands, and it's like it was the best.
I've been
like
dying to go to that festival.
so good.
I want
and those
to
were
so
the
bad.
best times. Being on the Vans Warped Tour, being in tour buses.
What do you think
touring
about
the
all these like
world.
TikTok boys now being like punk? Because you are punk.
Listen.
like punk.
They're wearing a costume. It's cute. Well, let's see what happens.
It
in
used
a
to be
couple
crazy
years.
shit. Ozzy Osbourne shitting on the walls and shit. You know,
Yes.
like yes. God,
me a-
what's the craziest shit you saw in that time?
His friend sexually assaulting underage. Oh, no, wait, don't talk about that.
So excited for you and Trisha to have your moment. Two of the three of us should do something. It just
I would
feels good
love
to.
to.
I'm so happy that we're out of all the toxicity of those eras and we've all grown so much. But the small parts that we're able to hold on to that are
We all had
still
really
beautiful.
great memories.
It really every time I see those clips, it makes me so happy. And you didn't have to welcome me in, and I wasn't even a beauty guru. You didn't have to remake my How to Cake Your Face Like a Pro and get 30 million views.
I can't. I'm like this absolute fallacious tirade about how wonderful Jeffree Star is making me fucking nauseous. So I'm just gonna pray this is the end and skip around until I know for sure.
Oh my god,
He's
I didn't even
radical.
tell you.
What?
Well, I know Mike Snedger told you about how I shoved a Jeffree Star makeup brush up my ass, but that's a different story.
Only
Attention
videos that I'm
spans.
enjoying watching are the two grown men that find pedophiles and beat the fuck out of them.
Modern day
Love
Chris
that.
Hansen.
Yes, those
Wait,
are
I
my,
didn't know about
those are
that.
my
I thought you were going to say the
favorite.
Costco guys.
No, these dudes, they obviously they're decoys, and then they go to wherever it is, Walmart, and they're filming and they upload all the clips to Twitter, beating the fuck out of them. They don't care. The old days,
Ari
people just
nodding
film like, oh, okay, Chris Hansen, you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
No, these dudes, they start beating him on the side of the head. They start punching the fuck.
That's honestly fucking
The
awesome.
one from yesterday, I have to show you guys later. He takes a pumpkin and smashes it on the guy's head, and he is
Festive.
so fucked on the ground, just like, yeah. And he wanted an 11-year-old. You should be fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I don't disagree with that fact. And, punch a pedophile if you see one, I guess. But, like, if you're unless you're the sad truth is that unless you are part of an actual police operation that is, like, running a sting on potential pedophiles, you are actually like hurting the case that might get them fucking put away by doing that. Okay? Just want you to know that. Is this done?
Absolutely. Damn, that's lit. That is
By the
lit.
way, when I lived in LA, I had one gun. Now that I live in Wyoming, I have 150 firearms. How are ya?
Wow. We're all impressed. All of us, every last one of us. How are ya?
I want to get one so bad.
Please come do a photo shoot with my Israeli AK-47.
I need to show you my stalker. It's actually
Yes,
insane.
we have 100 ARs, pink, gold plated. The fuck,
You're lying.
And we're also allowed to have silencers and suppressors on our guns.
Wow, that's really great. I really think that we should continue to uplift and uphold gun culture in a country where the number one killer of children is gun violence. But at least he watches those videos about beating up pedophiles.
So I have 50 of those.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
I wanted a gun because my stalker,
so fun.
I'm so fucking scared this man's gonna kill me. And it's like,
would
yes, I have security with guns outside, but there's something about if I could sleep with it in my nightstand
You
in the
should get
right
one.
there.
We should do
Yeah.
like a.
There was an
gun
era in my
course.
life where I didn't need to have a gun and everyone was
Yeah,
like, no,
I'll help you get
but
one.
That's so fun. We should have like little pink.
You guys go
pink
live at
walkies.
6?
Yes.
We have to do a couple of TikToks. We have to.
We have to.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Jeffrey Lynn.
Wait.
I love
okay,
you.
I love you.
We'll do our outro.
I love you.
Oh,
And
no,
then I'll get.
the bad lighting's coming in. Don't
No,
look at
you
me.
look gorgeous from my
Really?
angle.
Fist
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, because it's like
I love fisting.
I'm like,
I don't.
Becky.
I don't. I'm so
Can I just say
I
it's so
don't at all.
funny because the second these cameras go off, I'm getting the real tea, and that's like this. Like
Don't
this
tell him
episode.
that.
It's just like it's nuts. Like what's
I'm
gonna happen?
so
off
tight.
camera.
That's the real tea.
That is the-
I
I've
can't
always
be
said that
fisted.
about you.
I can't be fisted. No.
always
wait,
said that
wait,
about
wait,
you.
wait.
Okay, I'm done with this. This was a really, really enlightening interview. I feel really enlightened and lighter, and light has shown itself through the darkness. My favorite part about this is that they then went on to go live, and all of the people in Tana and Brooke's live were just f***ing hating on Jeffree Star.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Am I allowed in?
Of course. Well,
But will you not be live on the Patreon?
they're just mad because they paid money and yours is free.
So,
I mean,
what does it have to do with them?
no, I just mean the talking. The like, I don't know if they can hear us. Like if we're all.
No, I get it. I was just coming on here for a couple minutes to say hi to my people because I haven't been live all day.
No, I think you have to be live on TikTok. You're teaching me the ways. I'm not saying not to be live on TikTok. Please keep going, honestly.
This is a mukbang.
Because when I'm begging for literally one singular galaxy next week on live.
But you won't need to do that.
I'm gonna give you a Pegasus.
People are ready to. That's going to take a while to build up
So
that.
a
badge.
Pegasus you can only gift
I'll
to
get broke again.
No, you have to spend $1 million on TikTok to gift a Pegasus, right? Jeffrey?
I think you should get a Pegasus at the ranch.
I can't take most of this serious. Not.
Yeah,
How could you call me Jason Nash when I have the #1 beauty store on the #1 app in America?
I don't think that you and Jason Nash are in the same caliber of people, literally at all. Please make I'm a Shrub merch. That was my merch from so long ago. Yeah, can everybody just, we're having so much fun.
And now my
Everybody stop.
doorbell's ringing. Like what?
People are just.
Dude,
people
part of
are.
me is just like, I
People are being so mean for no reason. I don't know why. I'm sorry if my life's bothering everyone. I'm gonna end it now.
No!
No, I am. There's so many people in here, and they
I
really love
I
you,
don't think
Tana.
you should.
I just don't know why I'm being. Yeah, look, he's horrible. He should get out. He's awful.
Someone said Jason Nash is a lizard.
Yeah, we don't want Jeffree to come back.
I want you to come back. Thoughts about driving on Xanax?
Yeah, no
Don't do
worries.
Oh, it's delicious. I hope this was not as painful for you as it was for me. Because this one took a lot out of me. It's very rare that it takes 2 sessions for me to get through filming a video, but here we are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go do literally anything else. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good time. I hope we all learned something today. I don't know what the fuck I learned. I just want to erase my brain. Okay, like and subscribe, and then just don't die, because I love you. Alright, bye! As well as the Just Trish podcast. A nice number, divisible by... probably by 2. What the hell's his name? I don't know. Is that math? Am I mathing? Did I just math? Did I make the math? What is his name? I mean, you could divide it by 2, maybe not evenly, but like you could. Listen, I'm just very tired on the inside. Gary Oldman in Hannibal. They're mine, all of them, every last one. If I pulled them out, it would hurt. Oh, Jeffree's got yaks. I'm gonna get alpacas. For more hot math tips, make sure you subscribe and then like this video and then leave me a comment. And that's the end of my sentence.
Sucking dick and cock.